the speaker intends to use us as a clearinghouse or an incubator and accelerator for China-related or CCP-related legislation, right? So on any given day in this town, all manner of think tanks are producing a bunch of reports that a lot of people aren't reading. How do we be the focal point for collecting those, curating those, identifying what is actually a good idea, and then identifying what's possible in divided government in a narrowly controlled House of Representatives? What can we actually get done over the next 2 years? And then if any of those issues involves multiple committee jurisdictions, as they often do, right? I mean, look at the fight over FIRMA is probably the best example, CFIUS reform. That was Financial Services Committee, that was Armed Services Committee. Everyone had a view, and it wasn't necessarily Democrats versus Republicans. Sometimes there were meaningful disagreements among Republicans. So then we can play the role of getting everybody together to push through good legislation. So there is a legislative component, but a lot of, I think, what we're going to have to do is get creative on the communications front. How do we communicate directly to the American people and answer the why question I talked about before, but also communicate to the Chinese diaspora around the world, as well as a lot of the partners and allies or non-aligned countries that don't get the attention that they deserve. We want this to be a bipartisan effort. We're going to appoint serious, sober members. It's not going to be a circus. It's not going to be a vehicle for bomb throwing. I think that's a good thing. And I do think to the extent possible, if Congress can speak with a unified voice on this issue, and if to the extent possible, though it's never perfect, politics can stop at the water's edge, our foreign policy is stronger for it. Because I don't intend the committee to be a vehicle for inflaming such hatred. And one of the things I said in my remarks that Ro Khanna also said in his remarks, the reason we edited the name of the committee to say Chinese Communist Party was to, from the start, draw the distinction between the Chinese people and the Chinese Communist Party. We have no quarrel with the Chinese people. The Chinese people are the primary victims of the CCP's Orwellian techno-totalitarian surveillance state. And so in every action we take, I think we need to be cognizant of that distinction, as well as shine a light on the way in which, through extraterritorial coercion, the CCP is intimidating the Chinese diaspora population in the United States or even the Asian American population.